Welcome to Childcare Resources Video Tidbit. This week, we are exploring cultural appropriation and anti-bias. Our mission: Childcare Resources improves all children's access to high-quality early learning experiences by engaging with families, caregivers, and communities. Embedded in Childcare Resources' daily work is identifying and addressing racism so that all children thrive in their early learning environments. Understanding cultural appropriation. Cultural appropriation, noun. The unacknowledged or inappropriate adoption of the customs, practices, ideas, etc. of one people or society by members of another and typically more dominant people or society. Oxford Languages. Anti-bias, a complete mindset. A multicultural, anti-bias approach can help students learn to place a positive value on those differences and to treat all people with respect. It can nurture the development of positive self-identity and group identity in not only the students but also the staff and families. Education by itself cannot eliminate prejudice or injustice, but the application of an anti-bias approach in the early years can help children to develop pride in who they are, respect for others, and the ability to interact with many different perspectives and to solve problems cooperatively and creatively, critical thinking skills, and the ability to recognize bias and injustice, the commitment and ability to act against bias and injustice individually and in cooperation with others. Too often, educators only offer activities about bias and racism on particular days, such as Martin Luther King Jr. Day. But anti-bias education is most effective when it's woven into everyday classroom experiences, rather than only taking place on special days. For children to internalize messages of affirmation, fairness, and empowerment, anti-bias strategies need to be incorporated into all aspects of learning. To read more about anti-bias education strategies in early childhood classrooms, visit the links shown on this page. Combating bias in the classroom. Children need your help to steer them away from stereotypes and biases that may cloud their understanding of others. In the next few slides, we will explore simple ways to fight these toxic cycles in our programs. Art activities, all about me books. Pictures of the children and their families can be laminated and bound to a classroom book to demonstrate the diversity in the child's world. Age-appropriate ideas to try can be found in Early Learning Developmental Guidelines PDF under the topic About Me and My Family and Culture. What makes us unique? Multicultural art supplies to include paper, markers, crayons, paint, and more that allows children to create realistic art of themselves. This also allows self-expression opportunities of selecting shades they see themselves as. Children's books to teach inclusion and anti-bias. Some great examples: You Matter by Christian Robinson, I'm New Here by Anne Sibley O'Brien, Mrs. Katz and Tush by Patricia Polacco, Last Stop on Market Street by Matt De La Pena, Once Upon an Eid, Stories of Hope and Joy by S.K. Ali. Cultural appropriation in the classroom. We often find decoration that go beyond cultural appreciation and enter into the dangerous nature of cultural appropriation. Culturally specific items that we display an appreciation and deeper understanding of its history can be a meaningful experience, but displaying things like teepees in dramatic play that you bought at Target in the shabby chic department, or having pictures of children from around the world depicted in extravagant costumes are two examples of misguided attempts at being diverse or cute in decorating styles. Consider instead displaying pictures of children at play doing what all children do. For example, building, playing with toys, cooking, creating. Have pictures of women construction workers and disabled athletes, everyday folks breaking stereotypes and living typical lives. These are all ways of avoiding cultural appropriation. Working on ourselves through our own journey. One of the best ways to serve the children in our programs is to start with a truly intentional journey of achieving an anti-bias, anti-racist self. Dismantling the white supremacist systems and traditions starts with us. Consider these resources. Don't Look Away, Embracing an Anti-Bias Classroom, Culture and Power in the Classroom, Cultivating the Genius of Black Learners, Fostering Resilient Learners, Culturally Responsive Teaching. Thank you for watching this week's video tidbit on cultural appropriation and anti-bias. The information found in this video will be linked in the video description below.